Each year on December 7th, Pearl Harbor survivors, veterans, and civilians gather throughout the United States to honor and remember the events of that fateful day.
In keeping with the tradition, we here at Passaic County Technical-Vocational Schools remember, honor, and teach the importance of this day and give thanks to all the veterans that sacrificed so much to preserve our freedoms.
It started as a typical Sunday morning at Pearl Harbor, the U.S. Navy's Pacific Fleet headquarters on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. It was shortly before 8 a.m. when Japan launched roughly 200 planes from 6 aircraft carriers in its first wave of Operation Hawaii.
The attack left 2,403 service members and civilians killed. In addition, 1,178 were wounded.
The destruction which occurred damaged 21 ships and 188 aircraft. 2 U.S. Navy battleships, the USS Arizona and the USS Utah, were completely destroyed. The community was in shock.
President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed a joint session of the U.S. Congress on December 8th, the day after the crushing attack on Pearl Harbor, to say,
"Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan."
For the first time during years of discussion and debate, the American people were united in a determination to go to war.
Out of the ashes and the marble trails of oil in the harbor waters came a resilience, a resolute determination and unwavering spirit of the American people.
In the days and months after the attack, men enlisted in large numbers. America had 2 million soldiers on December 7th, but a fighting force of over 16 million by the end of the war.
The spirit of America was united and it galvanized the people. It gave us strength in the face of adversity and made us unwilling to accept defeat.
As time passed, the American people always chose to remember that fateful day. Officially in 1994, the United States Congress designated December 7th as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Ceremonies are conducted at the USS Arizona Memorial, the USS Oklahoma Memorial, and concluding at the USS Utah Memorial.
One of the very few places that so symbolically represents our nation's resilient spirit is none other than the Arizona Memorial. Walking through the solemn hall of the Arizona Memorial or learning at the Visitor Center about that fateful day, one can still see and feel the great devastation and despair.
The USS Arizona had about 1.4 million gallons of fuel when she sank. Even today, 2 quarts of this fuel surfaces every day. The oil droplets are called black tears by Pearl Harbor survivors. These black tears represent the tears and spirits of all those 1,177 men buried below.
The bond between shipmates aboard the USS Arizona went way past being mere comrades. Assigned to the ship were 38 sets of brothers, 23 of which were killed with one father and son.
It is there that we become filled with emotion that reaches the depths of our souls. It is there that we find a steadfast and unwavering resolve, known as the spirit of America which lives in all of us.
Throughout the years, many of the Pearl Harbor survivors have returned to be a part of the ceremonies. But now so few are living and many are unable to make the trip. So we are left to keep the traditions alive in their honor.
The spirit of America lives in the hearts and minds of every one of us. It is shown to us by the members of our armed forces standing in harm's way in so many places around the world today.
History teaches us that when citizens have no national pride and no interest in their history and fail to support their historical memorials and sites that remind them of former glories and haunting crises, the very survival of that nation and that of its national character are put in jeopardy.
We must always remember our history. While there are painful lessons learned, it is also the source of our inner strength and our spirit. We must never let that torch flicker out.
It is for this reason that we here at Passaic County Technical-Vocational Schools choose to honor and remember